In this video, I'm going to share with you 5 trending Etsy Halloween niches and product designs that sell. I have found that one of the best ways to get ideas for upcoming holidays is to look at what is trending and selling in a variety of different niches. This is something that I do whenever I'm helping my wife come up with ideas to create new products and designs for our main niche. So recently I did this research for Halloween because that's what's coming up next, and I'm going to do it again for fall and Christmas and any future holidays. And while doing this research, I also discovered a very popular trending font style that is selling like crazy. And I'm going to share with you how you can get these types of fonts and how you can get them for free. But I thought it would be helpful for me to show you these niches and designs if you're struggling with niche selection or product design ideas. So with that being said, let's dive in. All right, so the first design and the first niche that I want to share with you is the Western niche. And you can see right here, there's also where it says retro in there. So that's another way to target someone that is in this niche, but also likes retro things. And you can see it's on like a faded shirt, kind of like that weathered look. And you can also see over here, we have another color that it could go with. So I'm looking at these as, okay, colors, what colors are selling, but then also what type of design. So I could also apply this to any other niche and say, okay, well, maybe the faded shirts are selling. Maybe this style of font is selling. Maybe the ghost thing is selling. So I can start to get intel by just looking at this, but I'm going to take it a little bit further. I'm going to be using Everbee to actually look at the numbers. Now, if you don't have Everbee, you can look at things like how many people have it in their cart and things like that. Now, I am going to be using Everbee because that's what I use on a regular basis because it gives me that data. If you want to give Everbee a try, I'll go ahead and link it up in the description, and I'll also put it up here on the screen. You can go to brandcreators.com/Everbee, and you can actually try it for free. You'll get 10 free searches for the month. So let's just go ahead and look at the data. Looking at these numbers, you might say, well, it doesn't look like it's a great seller. Well, I would disagree because this is 13 months old. So it was probably released later in the season of the fall or Halloween. So you can see 206 sales, 15 monthly right now. But what I'm also looking at is how many times it was favorited. And I can see it was favorited 1,077 times. But with that being said, I'm going to show you another shirt in this niche, and you can see there's definitely a lot of demand for these types of designs. So here's another one that's a pretty simple design. It's some cows with some hats on, and they look like they're cow ghosts. All right. So I can see 14 people have it in their carts right now, but let's go ahead and look at the numbers, and hopefully we can see the history of this item. All right, so looking at this one, it is 11 months old. So it was released last year around Halloween, and it's got 1,630 total sales. And it looks like it's got 7,177 favorites and also 111,687 views. So I would say this is a very popular item. Now, I can take that last design and this design and probably bring them together and create something more unique. But that's if I was in the Western niche. All right, now moving on to my second niche and design that I'm going to share with you, and that is the baby niche. So you can see here, this is a onesie. Creep it real. All right, creep it real. Get it? It's kind of funny. But the other thing is that I'm noticing is they also sell this in a t-shirt. So it could be for a baby, it could be for a toddler. But it looks like it's selling pretty well right now, which is kind of early into the season. 20 plus people have it in their carts. So again, very simple design. Looks like a fun shirt that a kid could wear to school or a baby could wear out and people would comment on. But let's look at the numbers. So once again, this was listed last year, 12 months ago, and it has 1,041 sales. And it looks like it was favorited 3,349 times. So the favorites really give us an idea of how many people actually liked it and they favorited it, which is great. But we have 1,041 people that actually bought it. So this is how I'm looking at finding good niches, but then also finding designs that did well. And then also, can I create a design for my niche that could play off of this? Are there certain font styles that are selling well, which I'm going to show you one here in a second that's selling really well. And I'm going to show you how you can get access to these types of fonts, which pretty much build the design on their own. I'll get to that. But we want to look at things that people are liking in the design and see if we can bring that over into our niche. Now, if you are right now trying to figure out what niche you're going to go into, well, this will help you here too. Western is a great niche. Baby, great niche. Now, are these competitive? Yes, but the way I look at it is if they're competitive, that means there's a lot of demand and there's always a way for you to stand out in these types of niches. Oh, and the other thing I like about Everbee is if you are in this niche, I can go ahead and look through the tags and I can get an idea of what potentially could be driving traffic. So in this case, we have one right at the top, boho. So if someone is searching for boho Western Halloween, well, I might show up for that. So that's just a little tip there for you. When you're using a tool like Everbee, we're able to actually see that data. All right, moving on to the third design and somewhat of its own niche, and that is moms. So we just talked about babies. Well, babies are created from a mom. So you could actually take these two and bring them together. So here we have a very simple shirt, Mama Pumpkin, and then we have Baby Pumpkin. Pretty cute, right? So we just took the last niche, which is just baby, and then we brought in the mom niche, which they're kind of together. And now we're able to go and create a design that a mom would want to buy for her and her child. And in this case too, they have to buy two shirts, by the way, right? They're creating the one shirt, which is Mama Pumpkin, and then they have to create the other one, Baby Pumpkin. And you can see here, pretty cute and pretty simple. The other thing I'm noticing is these faded colors seem to be a trend. So I'm always paying attention to that as well. What are people liking as far as colors, fonts, and styles? So again, I'm just bringing that up because this is what I'm paying attention to when I'm doing this type of research. I'm not just looking at the niches. So we can see this one here, looking at the data that Everbee is bringing up for us, 36 months old, so 3 years. It's got 2,208 sales. It looks like 59 monthly sales right now, and it looks like it's been favorited 4,739 times. So this is a great little product and a great little design, very simple. And is there something that you could do in your niche by taking a pumpkin and then putting something in the middle of it that could relate to your niche? So again, that's how I'm thinking, and that's what I want to share with you because this is how you can get design ideas for your own niche. Now, before I move on though, I wanted to share with you this right here. Check this out. So this here is Mama, right? All by itself. And it looks like it's got like a pattern in each of these letters. Well, here's the cool thing. That's basically just a font. All right. And you can create these all on your own. You can add some accent pieces there, like this little bat over top, or maybe you put the witch's hat on the A. But a lot of these letters are already pre-built and you can get access to these. Like I said to you before, I was going to share with you because there's another example I'm going to share with you that's using these styles here again in another niche. And if you're able to then use these types of fonts, well, you're pretty much building the design just with the font. Now, there is a site out there that offers this style of fonts. It's called Creative Fabrica. So all I did is I went to their website and I searched for Halloween letters, and this is what came up. And check this out. That's that hat that we just saw in that one design. So we can download these, and actually Creative Fabrica allows you to get 10 free downloads. So if you want to go ahead and get 10 free downloads, just go ahead, visit the link in the description or up here on the screen. It is brandcreators.com/create, and you can get access to those. I'm going to show you another example here in a minute that they're using these style of fonts here that are doing really, really well. All right, so niche and design number 4 is teachers. And this one here is a really clever design, Hocus Focus, and they are basically just using a cool font and they're adding some accent pieces in there like a pencil and a pumpkin. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at these numbers. So this here is just under 2 years old. It's got 1,115 total sales, and it looks like it's got 6,005 favorites. So it's pretty good. So you would look at this and go, okay, it's 2 years old and it's had 1,115 sales. But if we divide that by 2, we're over 500 sales for the Halloween season. And this is just one design and one shirt. You could take this same design and put it on a pillow, and then a teacher could have that. Or you can put it on a sweatshirt and not a t-shirt. So there's so many things you can do with that one design that a lot of people just don't do. So there's one little bonus tip for you. Take that one design and repurpose it and put it on more than just one product. All right, and the fifth and final niche and design that I want to share with you is nurses. So check this out. Very similar to what we talked about, right? They're taking a font and they are creating it to fit the nurses. Okay, now here, let's just think about what we just did here. I started with Western. I could take this same idea that I'm seeing right here with these letters that are catered towards a nurse, and I could see if I can find something that would be catered towards the Western niche. You see what we did there? We took something that's working here, and maybe we create something in our own niche by taking what has already worked in another niche. Let's go ahead and look at these numbers. So this one here is exactly 2 years old. So 24 months, it's got 1,375 total sales, and it looks like it's got 2,219 favorites. So have we learned something? We can basically create a different design by just using those types of letters. And where do we get those letters? Well, you can head on over to Creative Fabrica and you can download 10 for free. Head on over to brandcreators.com/create and you can go ahead and start downloading those. I'm a huge fan of Creative Fabrica, and so is my wife. She uses it every single day to find these types of fonts and these types of design elements to apply to her designs that make everything unique and everything stand out. Now, just to be clear, I'm not a fan of launching multiple niches in one Etsy shop, and that is not what we're doing in our Etsy shop. We basically take this information and then we apply it to our niche, and we might find a sweatshirt color that's doing really well, and we may use that color. That's kind of how we're using this information. Or maybe we find out that pillows or tumblers are hot right now. Well, maybe we take one of our designs and we create something to go on that type of product. But we don't look at a niche doing well and then start adding random products that don't go within our brand. That's just not what we do. Every product we add has to align with our past and future customers. Why? Because it allows us to sell more in the initial order, and then we have a chance to have a repeat buyer on future products. We look at popular designs and try to create something new for our niche. That's what we do. Creating fresh designs is key when it comes to separating yourself from the competition. But design is where a lot of people struggle, and that is why I shot this video right here that shows you how to create unique designs fast without being a professional designer. Watch that video next, and I'll see you there.